Hare Krishna. So today we have reached the conclusion of our journey, the journey through this glorious treatise on Bhakti, the nectar of instruction, Upadeshamrita by Srila Rupa Goswami. This is text 11, the section 15. So in the past two sessions, in text 9 and 10, the hierarchy of the dhams, what is the topmost dham has been revealed, and who is the topmost devotee has been revealed. So in this text 11, it is the conclusion of the entire nectar of instructions. Yeah. So this is a concluding verse, and also in relation to the previous two verses, it's a summary. So let us recite the verse. Yeah, if you all can see. Okay, I didn't share it still. Yeah. कृष्णस्योच्चै प्रणयवसति प्रेयसीभ्योऽपि राधा कुण्डं चास्य मुनिभिरभितः तादृगेव व्यध्यायी यत्प्रेष्ठैरपि अलमसुलभं किं पुनर्भक्तिभाजां तत्प्रेमेदमसकृदपि सरः स्नातुराविष्करोति. Let's read the translation. Of the many objects of favored delight and of all the lovable damsels of Braj Bhumi, Srimati Radharani is certainly the most treasured object of Krishna's love. And in every respect, her divine kunda is described by great sages as similarly dear to him. Undoubtedly, Radha Kunda is very rarely attained even by the great devotees. Therefore, it is even more difficult for ordinary devotees to attain. If one simply bathes once within those holy waters, one's pure love of Krishna is fully aroused. So in this session, we're going to discuss about how to attain that great mercy, which has been spoken about in the last two verses. In the last two sessions, we have spoken about what is the topmost spiritual place and who is the topmost spiritualist. And the conclusion of both is that the topmost of dhams is Radha Kund, and the topmost spiritualist is one who renders service on the banks of Radha Kund. In fact, he's the most intelligent person. So these are the two conclusions. And in this verse, Srila Rupa Goswami further elaborates about what is the glory of Radha Kund. So this is a very auspicious month of Kartik. Yeah. And today is a very auspicious day. It's a disappearance day of Srila Narottam Das Thakur. And very interestingly, on Sunday, that is 3 days from now, is Bahulashtami. Bahulashtami is the appearance day of Radha Kund. Yeah. If you go to Vrindavan, this day is celebrated with such festivity. In fact, you wouldn't even get access to get to the Kund. You know, Radha Kund is such a huge place and it's totally so jam-packed. At the time of appearance, if you have to get there, you really have to sneak in. And there are very, meager chances that you would actually make it. So it's a very beautiful festival time in the entire Braj, in celebration of Bahulashtami, or, the appearance day of Radha Kund. And so I think this, meditating upon this particular verse will actually prepare our consciousness to at least understand what is the glory of Radha Kund and what it means to actually worship and how to worship and how to prepare ourselves to actually even think of someday performing our bhajan on the banks of Radha. So in the last session, through the life of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, we have tried to appreciate, what is the position of a devotee who actually comes to the position of residing on the banks of Radha. Yeah. We have seen that how, greater than a fruitive worker is a jnani. Yeah. Greater than a jnani is the one who has attained the knowledge about the conclusions that pure devotional service is the highest. Yeah. And even amongst those jnanis, higher than that is the bhakta, a shuddha bhakta, a pure devotee. And the most exalted of the pure devotees are the gopis. And amongst the gopis, the topmost is Srimati Radharani. Yeah. And she is non-different from the kund. The Radha Kund is as dear to Krishna as Srimati Radharani herself. Yeah. So who is that intelligent person who would not want to go and reside and serve on the banks of Radha Kund? So what do we understand from this? So does that mean that right now, today, we leave everything, just, pack our bags? Yes, I found my highest destination. This is the highest goal of life. This is the supreme. So what is the use of me, doing everything else? Let me as well just pack my bags and, book a ticket, AP Express. We land in Mathura and then take a rickshaw, go to Vrindavan, another rickshaw, and you reach Radha Kund, and spend the rest of the life there and attain perfection. Isn't that so simple? I mean, if one is willing to take that bold step, yeah, gate crash into perfection. Yeah. Is it so easy? No. Even if we go and do that, even if you really do that, we will return within no time. Why? Because although we are motivated, although we are inspired, our consciousness is not yet there. Yeah, we can only lead a life that is in alignment with the level of our consciousness. We cannot go higher than that or lower than that. That is why the whole ISKCON is termed after consciousness, the International Society of Krishna Consciousness. So consciousness is the most important. It makes the entire difference. Makes the entire difference in, in how we live this life, in how we experience the mercy. If not, we might get the mercy, but we won't even know how to value it, how to sustain it. Patrata is, so important. That is what is called patrata. For example, there is an ocean, there's an ocean of mercy, and you're standing there. But how do you collect that mercy without a vessel, without a patra? Yeah. So patrata means qualification. Patrata means having the vessel to carry that mercy. So our life is, a preparation to get that vessel, to carry that mercy. If not, mercy can be given to us, unlimited, but we cannot just hold it because we do not have the container. So in this beautiful verse, Srila Rupa Goswami has so wonderfully narrated about let's look into some beautiful words that have been used. Krishno Uchai Pranaya Vasati. Yeah, Uchai. Uchai means highly. Yeah, oft. So Krishna Uchai means to Krishna, the highest object. Pranaya Vasati means object of love. Pranaya means love. Vasati means, an object who's the benefactor of that love. Yeah, the topmost object of love. Preyasi bhyo, preyasi. We have one of our student, preyasi. What's the meaning of preyasi? Preyasi means lover. So of all the lovers, who are the gopis, so Srimati Radharani's lake, is Srimati Radharani is the topmost. Yeah. And her kunda. And Radha kundam chasya munibhiravitas tadrigeva vidhayi. So the great sages are explaining or proclaiming that her kunda, the Radha kunda, is as dear to Krishna as Srimati Radharani herself, because it is not different from Srimati Radharani. The great saints explains actually it is the liquefied love. Yeah, we're all aspiring for what? The ultimate Panchama Purushartha, pure love for Krishna. So this pure love, if it has a form, if it is liquefied, if it is molten, that is Radha Kunda. Such an amazing tattva. Yeah, this is Radha Kunda. Yat preshthayrapi alam asulabham kim punar bhakti bhajam. So asulabham, that is, it is very, very difficult to attain, even for the great perfected devotees. Yeah, kim punar bhakti bhajam. That is very rarely attained even by the great devotees. So what to speak of ordinary devotees? Yeah, who are all the people who are just living as trees around Radha Kund and performing their bhajana since time immemorial, the Pandavas. Yeah. And who are the great devotees who have performed, unlimited bhajana? The Goswamis, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, and many, many great Vaishnavacharyas. Yeah. And what is the glories of this place? That premedam sakridapi sarah snaturāvishkaroti. So even if once one takes bath in this beautiful Radha Kund, one can arouse one's pure love for Krishna. That is a potency of this place. Yeah, the potency of the place is that if one can take bath in the place with the right mood, it has a potency to award you pure love for Krishna. Why? As I said, because it is itself the molten pure love of God. So here we have understood what is the glory of Radha Kund. Further in this particular verse, Srila Prabhupada further explains this. Yeah. Yeah, here it is in this second paragraph. It is stated that a devotee will at once develop pure love of Krishna in the wake of the gopis if he once takes bath in Radha Kunda. How many of you have taken bath in Radha Kunda here? Okay. So Rupa Goswami recommends that even if one cannot live permanently on the banks of Radha Kund, he should at least take a bath in the lake as many times as possible. And this is the most important item in the execution of devotional service. Yeah. So, and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who is a great Vaishnavacharya, he writes in this connection, Radha Kund is a most select place for those interested in advancing their devotional service in the wake of the Sakhis and confidential manjaris of Srimati Radharani. Okay, and then Srila Prabhupada further writes about many intricate and very confidential details, yeah, about the Siddha Deha. What is Siddha Deha? Siddha Deha is one spiritual form. Living entities who are eager to return home to the transcendental kingdom of God, Golok Vrindavan, by means of attaining their spiritual bodies, Siddha Deha, should live at Radha Kund, take shelter of the confidential serving maids of Sri Radha, and under their direction engage constantly in her service. This is the most exalted method for those engaged in devotional service under the protection of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So let me complete this purport, because this is very, very important purport. This is the most exalted method for those engaged in devotional service under the protection of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In this connection, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur writes that even great sages and great devotees like Narada and Sanaka do not get an opportunity to come to Radha Kund to take their paths. Please mark this. What then to speak of ordinary devotees? If, by great fortune, one gets an opportunity to come to Radha Kund and bathe even once, he can develop his transcendental love for Krishna, exactly as the gopis did. It is also recommended that one should live on the banks of Radha Kund and should be absorbed in the loving service of the Lord. One should bathe there regularly and give up all material conceptions, taking shelter of Sri Radha and her assistant gopis. If one is thus constantly engaged during his lifetime, after giving up the body, he will return back to Godhead to serve Sri Radha in the same way as he contemplated during his life on the banks of Radha Kund. Yes. So this contemplation, very, very important. In the same way as he contemplated during his life on the banks of Radha Kund. So what is our contemplation while we are in the Dham? So this is the key. Yeah. The conclusion is that to live on the banks of the Radha Kund and to bathe there daily constitute the highest perfection of devotional service. It is a difficult position to attain even for great sages and devotees like Narada. Thus, there is no limit to the glory of Sri Radha Kund. By serving Radha Kund, one can get an opportunity to become an assistant to Srimati Radharani under the eternal guidance of the gopis. So this is a nectarial purport given by Srila Prabhupada, in which he has written very beautifully about many confidential matters of spiritual life. Yes, living in this material world, we are attracted to so many glitters. Yeah, so many glitters. And we really want them. But if you see the book, The Nectar of Instruction, the book starts with control of our urges. Vacho vegam, manasa krodha vegam, jihva vegam, udhara upastave. Yetan vegascha vishaheta dira, sarvam apimam prithvim sasishyad. Yeah, that person is eligible to teach about the, and become a guru who has had the control of urges. So why is this control of the urges recommended? Why is that the book started at that and now culminated at this Radha Kund? Yeah, why didn't Srila Rupa Goswami just simply speak about Radha Kund and its glories right at the beginning? Yeah. So, because the means to get there to that consciousness is by going through all this without having controlled the urges, without having understood what are the six determining factors of bhakti, yeah, utsaha, nischaya, dhairya, without having these attitudes, yeah, without curbing the wrong attitudes, yeah, prajalpa, niyamagraha, janasandascha, laulyamcha, shadbhir bhaktir vinashyati, yeah, without overcoming these don'ts and without knowing how to relate with Vaishnavas, very, very important, how to relate with the Vaishnavas, the six loving exchanges, and how to honor pure devotees, how to honor devotees according to their, respective advancement in bhakti. Yeah, the Kanishta, the Madhyama, the Uttama, and then how to see the Uttama bhaktas, Uttamadhikaris beyond the material framework. Yeah. And then, so Srila Rupa Goswami has gradually taken the sadhaka in a very brilliant way of what it takes to actually get to the highest perfection. And towards the end, he revealed the highest perfection, the highest fruit of spirituality. Yeah. So we have to understand this context clearly. Then we will get the full picture. If not, we might just get lost. Oh, okay, Radha Kund, that's the highest perfection. Let me just get there. Yes, that's the highest perfection. But how did Srila Rupa Goswami get us there? Yeah. It's beginning from controlling of the urges and developing favorable attitudes and giving up unfavorable attitudes and learning how to associate with the devotees. This is very, very important, learning how to associate with devotees, because Krishna is never alone. Krishna is never to be worshipped alone. Yeah, trying to possess the Purusha without Prakriti is the Surpanaka mentality. Yeah, Surpanaka was fascinated about Ram, but she did not want Sita. So this is the witch-like mentality. And Krishna is never alone. one of his 4 most beautiful qualities is Bhakta Madhavi. Yeah, so he has 64 transcendental quality, and of which one of the most beautiful qualities is Bhakta Madhavi. He's never alone. If you see all the paintings of Krishna, he's always with some associate or the other. He's always with Srimati Radharani, the gopis, with Nanda Baba, with Yashoda Maya, with the Brajvasis, or if nobody is there, he's at least with the cow or the flute or the peacock feather. Yeah, all these are what just emblems of glorification of his devotees. This whole Kartik month, celebrated for one whole month. What is it? It is about how his devotee has conquered him. Yeah, so this is Krishna. He is to be always worshipped along with his associates together. And how do we do that? So we cannot appreciate and elevate ourselves to that position unless we learn how to associate with devotees around us. So Sangha is so very important. Learning the dynamics of association is so very important. That is why Srila Rupa Goswami has laid emphasis for at least 3 verses exclusively on association. Yeah, the 6 loving exchanges, the respects that are offered to devotees at different cadres, and how to respect a pure devotee. So, and then he took us to the next level of the potency of Krishna Katha, how Krishna Katha, hearing Krishna Katha can cure this material disease. Yeah, and by constantly hearing Krishna Katha, we awaken to our original position. He gave us the process. After giving us a process, he showed us what to aspire for. So this is the mercy of the Vaishnavacharya. Yeah. So today is the disappearance day of Srila Narottam Das Thakur. He wrote these beautiful prayers of Jaya Nilo Premadhana. Yeah. Jaya Nilo Premadhana Karuna Prachur. Yeah. Out of their compassion, the great Vaishnavacharyas descend to give us the Premadhana. We're all hankering for love, every living entity. But we do not know what is that real love and where to get it from. It's just like, we are fascinated by a ripe mango because we love the taste, and we're trying to pluck and have that. Yeah. But then there is a voice of a great well-wisher who says, no, don't go for that mango. Then this person who's trying to pluck the mango asks, why? Don't be such a spoiled sport. It's so juicy, it's so yummy, it's so ripe, and it's so delicious. I know the taste of it. I want to go for it. Why are you telling me not to have that mango? Then this voice says, look, my dear child, that is not the real mango. Your experience of the taste and your desire for the taste is true, but what you're trying to pluck is not the real mango. It's just a reflection. The reality, the real mango exists elsewhere. Go for that. And they're giving the process. This is the mercy of Vaishnavacharya. All our life, all our endeavors, the material endeavors are to somehow grab that illusory, yellow mango, ripe mango. Yeah. But somehow, because the mango is illusory, we never get it, and we're always frustrated. So it's the mercy of Vaishnavacharyas who are saying that this is illusory, that it's just a reflection, but the reality exists elsewhere. This is the 15th chapter of Gita, Sri Bhagavan Vacha. Udhamulam adashyapam ashwatham prahuravyayam chandamsi yasya parnani yastam veda savedavi. Yeah. So this material world is just a reflection of tree. The original tree is the spiritual world. So by intelligence, by the weapon of detachment, cut this tree and enter into the original spiritual realm, which is true substance. Yeah. Adhaschodhvam prashitastasya shakha guna pravritta vishaya pravala adhascha mulani anusantatani karmanubandhini manushya loke. Because of their own karmas, their own desires, a person is bound in this material existence. Yeah. Na rupamasyeha tathopalabhyate nanto janatir nacha sampratishta. Ashwatthamenam suvirudha moolam asanga shastrena dridena chitva. Yeah. Nobody knows where this tree of material existence, where is it starting, where is it ending? Nanto na chadir. There is no beginning, there is no end. It is such a, this whole material world is such a complex design. It's so intricate. It's made by, of course, the intelligence of the Lord. It is such a jail that nobody can escape from it. Very, very complicated network. It's impossible. Nanto na chadir na cha sampradishta. Yeah. But what is the way to get out of it? It is by cutting this tree. And how to cut this tree? There is only one weapon. Asanga shastrena dridhena chitva. With determination, with the weapon of detachment, one can cut this tree and enter into the spiritual realm. This is the secret. This is what has been revealed to us by Lord Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. And to how to exactly practice this is what Srila Rupa Goswami is giving. What is that weapon of detachment? It is exactly this vacho vegam, manasa krodha vegam, jihva vegam, all these, controlling of one's urges. That's weapon of detachment. Yeah. Then, all the verses of Nirmana Moha, Jitas, how to actually get to the spiritual world. There are so many beautiful verses given. What is the attitudes to be cultivated? So, Srila Rupa Goswami is giving the positive attitudes, utsaha, nishchaya, dhairya, by being enthusiastic in your devotional life, by being patient to receive the results, yeah, by being determined, yeah, and by being by knowing how to practice, by avoiding the material association, yeah. But all these practices one can attain to that higher realm. So that is why this is called the nectar of instruction. That is the entire Gita, the concepts of Gita, where the goal has been given, but how to actually practice it in a practical day-to-day life is given in this form of these instructions. It's a very brilliant encoding, yeah, of it's very difficult, to understand the essence of something. Just like, that is why great scholars are called saragrahis. Saragrahi means they know how to take the essence. Just like how a bumblebee knows how to extract the nectar out of a flower. Great Vaishnavacharyas are also called saragrahis. Yeah, they can take the essence. So our Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami have taken all those essence of scriptures and given us in the form of these practices. And simply by following these practices, we are truly living the teachings of the Gita in our life, in a way that we reach the highest perfection. So Srila Rupa Goswami not only gave the instructions, but he even gave us the aspiration, the ultimate aspiration, the highest aspiration. Yeah, in the Gita, Krishna just told, surrender unto me. Srila Rupa Goswami here in this book, he's revealing out of his causeless mercy, what is the highest aspiration anybody can aspire for and how to get it. So that is how this whole book progressed from, the developing of the right attitudes in devotions and what is the right activity to do, that is Shravanam, hearing about Krishna and contemplating on his pastimes, and that thereby qualifying oneself. So qualifying oneself, what is the highest fruit one can attain? That is to truly live on the banks of Radha Kund in the mood of service. And it is not easy, as Srila Prabhupada is telling in the purport, that when we are living on the banks of Radha Kund and contemplating how to serve the divine couple in the spiritual world, by actually living there and bathing there and doing your bhajana there, when you actually leave the body, you actually get transported to the spiritual world and serve the divine couple in the way you have contemplated on the banks of Radha Kund. Can you imagine? What to contemplate? We need to actually grow, evolve to that level of actually contemplating on how to serve the divine couple. Just recently, I was hearing a beautiful lecture on the 64 Transcendental Arts by Her Grace Champaklata Mataji. Very beautifully, she said about, this material life is a preparation. Yeah. And there are 64 transcendental arts by which we serve the divine couple in the spiritual world. Yeah. And these arts manifest by the blossoming of one's personality. Yeah. The Annamaya Kosha, the Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Jnanamaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha. When all these koshas are well developed, that's when one starts expressing one's inner genius through different art forms. And there are 64 such transcendental arts. And what are those arts? The arts range from, I think our dear Sindhuja has done a nice work on this. Yeah. So these transcendental arts are like many. I mean, I'm not going to give the list of them. It's like the art of dressing, the art of flower arrangement, the art of hairdressing, the art of making pillows. So what are these transcendental arts? Transcendental arts means the arts through which you actually serve the divine couple Radha Krishna. Yeah. So until we perfect in these arts, we don't go back to Godhead. We don't go back to the spiritual realm. So that is why what happens, a person, a sadhaka who has perfected in bhakti, but has not perfected in the arts, will be transported to another Bhauma Vrindavan. That is the Vrindavan that is there in this material world. Like, for example, in this material world, Bhauma Vrindavan is there, where Krishna has performed his pastimes 5,000 years ago. So, like, these pastimes are performed in different universes at different times. So, the jiva is transported to another Bhauma Vrindavan, where the Manjaris and the Sakhis, the confidential, the eternal associates of Radharani who descend there, they take us and they train us in these arts. And and only then after perfecting these arts, we will be eligible to go back to Golok Vrindavan. So this is the secret of going back to Godhead. Yeah, learning the 64 transcendental arts. So, this is so. So these 64 transcendental arts are for the pleasure of the divine couple, as I said. So there is so much more to know, understand, appreciate, and learn. But this is in brief. What we need to focus on right now is on our own. How much are we sincerely practicing these instructions that Srila Rupa Goswami has given us in the first four? That is actually generally nectar of instruction. Devotees focus on the first four verses. Yeah. Because focusing on the first four, one actually elevates oneself in one's position. And then, the last three verses about what to aspire for. And before that is what is the process to get there. That is Krishna Katha, hearing Krishna Katha uninterruptedly and how it acts. So by sincerely following this process, the nectar of instructions, these 11 instructions that Srila Rupa Goswami has given us, success on the path of bhakti is guaranteed. This is one such powerful book through this mere 11 verses, and it's a very small book, one of the smallest books actually in the entire Bhakti Shastri. Yeah, but it is so, so, so powerful. If we can truly imbibe and understand the spirit of this book and follow to the best of our ability the instructions that are given, especially the first four verses, we make such incredible advancement and undergo such purification. And we evolve to, very great realms of pure devotional service. And once having tasted that, bhaktir pareshanubhava viraktir anyatracha. Once having tasted that bhakti, having gotten the ruchi for devotional life, all other things are become meager. Yeah, the detachment automatically follows. Yeah. Param drishtva nivartate. This is what Krishna is recommending also in Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. The means of, elevating oneself is by higher taste. So how does that higher taste comes? The higher taste comes by following the process. And this is a process that is given by Srila Rupa Goswami. So I end this book. And this is Goswami's Narayanaika Nipunau Sadharma Samsthapakau Lokanam Hiktagarinau Tribhuvane Manyau Sharanyakaro Radha Krishna Padaravinda Bhajananande Namattaliko Vande Rupa Sanatanau Raghulikau Shri Jiva Gopalako. So obeisances to all the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, Srila Rupa Goswami Pad, for giving us this beautiful book of Nectar of Instruction. And today we pray together at his lotus feet that way. May we be blessed with their causeless mercy, so that we begin to appreciate the true meaning of these instructions and try to imbibe them as much as we can to the best of our ability in our own lives, for the pleasure of the divine couple Shri Radha Krishna. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. And we will begin our next session, next book, Sri Isopanishad, after you complete your Bhakti Shastri exams on NOI. Thank you very much. Any questions? Yeah, thank you. I'll just take one question. I need to leave.
Mataji, I just asked you about that. How can we go into the 64 that you told about all those things? So how can, unless and until we go to Radha Kund, it is not possible, no? But without going to Radha Kund, it is possible.
Okay, so I appreciate your enthusiasm. So before to go to Radha Kund and stay there and perform one's bhajana there, I mean, I'm just giving a small example. Srila Prabhupada, after having done such a lifetime of service, towards the end, he himself said, I feel myself unqualified to stay on the banks of Radha Kund. So it's, yeah. So, and also many times when his disciples went to take bath, especially when he felt that the mood was not appropriate, he prohibited them. He said it is a very grave place and you should not go there without having properly built your consciousness. Yeah, when our Guru Maharaj has taken us there, almost 6 hours he has prepared the consciousness. And all we did is we just went and took a few drops sprinkled on our head. None of us took bath. So it's a very, very intense place, and one has to be really guided by a spiritual mentor, a guru, to build the proper consciousness to actually reach that place. And with also, and if you want to take bath there, we need the permission and blessings of our spiritual mentors. So with that, we should conduct our devotional life. And yeah, certainly the perfection is there, but are we prepared? Here is Srila Prabhupada himself telling in the purport that even great devotee like Narada Muni, he is himself not given the entry into Radha Kund. So, what is the position of Narada Muni? Yes. He is the writer of the Narada Bhakti Sutras, which we are trying to follow. Yeah, he is one of the Mahajans, and he is the spiritual master of Vyasadeva, the dearest devotee of the Lord. So we have, so that, it's a very exalted place, by the mercy of the spiritual master, the Guru Parampara, we should aspire to approach. Yes, your aspiration is wonderful. So that aspiration should be there. But one should be guided through an authentic guru.
Okay.
To approach the place in the right mood.
Thank you, Mother.
To actually that benefit. If not, we physically can go there. Physically can do many things. Like there are so many people also who stay around Radha Kund. In fact, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was very heavy. There were some people who came to Radha Kund and they started performing some illicit activities. He was so strong, and he said that then it is not Radha Kund, it is Naraka Kund they have turned it into. So that's why it's all in the consciousness, and especially with such a potent place, something that is high voltage. We are very careful before when we are around it, right? Similarly, anything that is invested with so much of potency and has to be cautious, careful, respectful, and we should learn the right mood of approach. Thank you. Thank you so much for your eager and enthusiastic participation. Hare Krishna. There's some questions here. One who cannot bath in Radha Kund, can someone take the water of it from Vrindavan, pour on them? Yes, definitely. Family relatives, yes. Taking the water and sprinkling on our head, yes, it is everybody you can do. Because it's a mercy of Srimati Radha. Especially if some devotee is leaving the body or somebody is leaving the body, giving this holy water and the holy dust of Vrindavan, that can really, elevate them so much in their upward journey. Yes. Okay. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you all very much.